Good morning, students. Today I'm going to continue the chapter Rattrap, which is written by Salma Legroff. First of all, we will have the preview of the chapter. The Rattrap is this wonderful story, told like a fairy tale. It gives voice to the writer's conviction that no man is a criminal by birth. The man in rags was a poor vagabond. He used to beg as well as steal to make his ends meet. The protagonist of the story was tired. Protagonist means the main character of the story was tired and hungry and in need of a shelter for the night. He found a generous old man in a cottage. He was tempted to steal the host money. He was caught in his own trap. Here are some difficult words. Thicklet, a dense group of the bushes. Impenetrable means impassable. So here I'm going to start the chapter. The peddler was quite happy as he had the money, as he stolen the money of the coffeeter, and the money was there in his pocket. He then thought of walking through the forest as he was unsafe to walk on the highways because he feared being caught. So initially, it was not difficult to walk through the forest, but in later of the day, on it he got forest become confusing for him as he got in his way. He tried hard to walk in the right direction, but in vain, as he found himself at the same place again and again. So at this point of time, he started thinking that now he himself was caught in the trap of the world, just like other people. He was fooled by the bait of money which he had stolen from the old man's house. The forest seemed like a prison full of trunk and branches. It was like an impassable prison. Here are some difficult words, children. Gloom means dark. Disappear means hopelessness. Thumping, which is used in the desk, that sound of some heavy object. Summoned means gathered. Staggered means to walk with difficulty. This is the confusing forest. As it was the month of December, it got dark early. As it got dark, his hope of escaping the forest reduced. The danger to his life increased, and so did his feeling of being hopeless. There was no way left for him. So he sat on the ground and was so tired and terrified that he thought this was the last moment and soon he would die. As he laid his head on the ground, he heard a very strong, regular sound. It was a hard sound that was coming at the regular interval. He soon realized that these sounds were the sound of hammer stroke from an iron mill. He thought that he could find some people nearby. With this thought, he gathered some strength and started walking with great difficulty towards the direction of the sound. So here some difficult words also. Bellows, the air bag that emits the stream of air used for blowing air into a fire. Shoveled means move. Maw means jaws. Clatter, bang. Whipped, beaten with a whip here in this chapter means to hit something. So one could hear this type of sound in forge. There was a big blow which was blowing air in the fire with a great sound. Also there was a sound of cracking coal. One could hear the bang of the charcoal which was being shoveled by the fire boy. The sound which are coming from outside of the mill, there were of waterfall, the high speed of northern wind, which hit the raindrop against the brick tiled roof. So these all are the sound which is coming from the forge. I will a heavy iron block with a flat top and concave sides. So one long dark evening near the Christmas, the master smith and his helper were sitting in the dark forge, which was built near the furnace. He was wearing a long shirt and a pair of the wooden shoes. Both of them were waiting for the pig iron means the raw iron, which was put inside the furnace fire to be ready to put unto the oven, unto the anvil. So this is the blacksmith and this is the liquid iron. Anvil is a heavy block with a flat top which is used to shape the metal. They took turn to stir the liquid, which was very hot, as they could bear the heat for a few minutes. Each of them would return sweating profusely. So forge means a big shop where the metal is heated. Barge is a long flat bottom boat for carrying the freight to canals and rivers. Scow, a flat bottom boat which used for transporting cargo to and from ship in harbor. Shifted means descended lightly as it sprinkled from our sieves. Smelter, a machine in which metal is melted to from in a shape. Rolling mills means machine to roll metal into sheets. These are some difficult terms used in the chapter. That is why I give to you so that you may understand. So the Ramsur Iron Work was a large plant which had shut down few years ago. It had smelter, rolling mills and a forge. In summers, long flat bottom boats carrying the material would come the canal which led to a large inland lake for supplying the material to the mill, and in winter the road turned black because of the coal dust that came along due to the transportation of the charcoal grades. So this was the working of that big plant named as Ramsur Iron Work. It was due to this different type of sound. The blacksmith didn't realize that the man had opened the gate of the forge and had entered, till he came and stood near the furnace. So sooty panes mean the window panes. Covered in soot. Soot means the black powder produced when the coal and wood etc. is burnt. So the pane of the window become sooty means become black. Many homeless people used to get attracted to the light of the forge which peeked through the window panes, which were covered with the black powder of the burnt coal. They would seek shelter there. They would warm themselves with the help of the burning fire. As the blacksmiths were accustomed to visitors, they were different to the man. They just looked at him. The rat-trapper sailor appearance was similar to that of the other vendors. He had a long beard, wore long old worn out clothes, and had a bunch of the rat trappers hanging from his chest. The peddler tried to seek permission from the blacksmith so that he could stay in the forge for a night. He allowed the peddler with an arrogant consent by just nodding and didn't say any word. The peddler also asks nothing because the main aim was to warm himself and sleep. The owner of the Ramso iron mill is those days was a very ambitious person whose aim was to sell only the finest iron into the market. Therefore, he used to keep a check on the workers both during the night and day. The owner was on the night inspection visit when the peddler entered the forge. Here the word ragamuffin used in the text. Ragamuffin means a person in rags. And design means something that one considered to be to do or to be beneath one's dignity. अपने से कमजोर में काम करना. Slouch head means hat bent on the one side of the head. So unlike the blacksmith, Ironmaster at once noticed that peddler who was sitting so close to the furnace that steam was coming out of his torn clothes. He not only went near him but also removed the wondrous hat that was bent to one side so that he could see the man's face clearly. So children, that's all in this class. Next part of the chapter will be continue in another lecture. So till then, read this part of the chapter nicely and remember all the difficult words so that you may understand the text. Thank you.